Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are really going to get into something cool, architecting intelligence. We're going to break down Amazon's whole vision for the future of AI, what they're calling the 2026 Nova model family. And trust me, it's a completely new way of thinking about how to build intelligent systems. So let's just dive right in.
To really get where we're going, we first have to understand where we've been. And this quote, it just hits the nail on the head. For years, the big race in AI was all about building one single massive model. This one giant box that was supposed to be able to do, well, everything. But as you can imagine, that approach has some serious limits.
And this slide right here perfectly illustrates that massive shift in thinking. The old way, that monolithic, one-size-fits-all approach, it was often super inefficient and just wildly expensive. It's kind of like using a sledgehammer to crack a nut, right? The Nova way is a total departure from that. It's a tiered ecosystem. It's all about modular, purpose-built models. Basically, it's about having a full toolkit, not just one giant clunky tool.
Okay, so let's dig into the core concept here, because this isn't just about a bunch of new models. It's about a fundamentally smarter way to build your AI solutions right from the very beginning.
So what's the most crucial point? It's this. The entire philosophy here hangs on this one idea: matching the intelligence class to the business value. It completely changes the question. You stop asking which model is the most powerful, and you start asking which model is the right one for this specific job to deliver the most value. It's a huge difference.
So let's see how this whole architecture is actually built, starting from the ground up. This is the foundation of the whole Nova pyramid, the models that are specifically designed for two things: speed and sight.
And right here, at the base of our AI toolkit, we meet our first two specialists. Let's call them the Speedster and the Affordable Visionary. These are the high-volume workhorses of the family, Nova Micro and Nova Lite.
Now, what's so cool about this is how it lays out their very distinct roles. On one hand, you've got Nova Micro, our speedster. It's text-only, but it's blazing fast, generating over 200 tokens every second. You'd use this for simple, super repetitive tasks, like, say, tagging thousands of support tickets. And then you've got Nova Lite, the Affordable Visionary. This one brings eyes to your application, processing images, and even video with a massive 1 million token context window.
And check out this number. It really drives home the impact of using the right tool. By offloading all those high-volume, simple tasks to a specialist like Nova Micro, you can see cost savings of around 75% compared to using a bigger, general-purpose model. That is a game changer for any budget.
All right, let's move up the hierarchy. We're now at the core of the system. These are the models that are built for the really heavy lifting. We're talking complex reasoning and high-level enterprise strategy. And here we meet the real brains of the operation. You've got Nova Pro, who we're calling the balanced professional, and then Nova Premier, the teacher. These are the models that handle all the heavy cognitive work.
To really get what makes Nova Pro so special, just look at this workflow. This is something called an agentic workflow. See, Nova Pro doesn't just answer a question, it actually takes action. It can call external tools, like an API, to check your inventory, then use that info to do another task, like automatically emailing a supplier, and then a final one, like updating your database. It's an autonomous agent. It does things. And that brings us to Nova Premier, the teacher, and this incredibly important concept, model distillation. Now, Premier is the most powerful model in the whole stack, but its real magic is how it can generate perfect synthetic training data to teach the smaller models. It allows a model like Nova Micro to perform a really complex task with the intelligence of Premier, but at the speed and cost of Micro. It literally makes the entire ecosystem smarter.
And here we are, at the very peak of the pyramid. These are the specialists, the models engineered for what might be the most nuanced task of all: seamless, real-time human interaction.
This slide just perfectly contrasts our two conversational aces. On the left, you have Novasonic. It's your speech-to-speech specialist. It's designed for a totally fluid, real-time conversation, just like you were talking to another person. But then on the right, you have Nova Omni, and this is something else entirely. It's a unified multimodal model. Think of it less like a conversation partner and more like a creative partner that can reason across text, images, video, and speech all at the same time.
So, what makes Novasonic feel so, well, human? This slide tells us why. It's not just about understanding words. It's about understanding the flow of a real conversation.
It handles natural turn-taking, it can handle interruptions gracefully, and get this, it has these things called polyglot voices that can switch languages, like from English to Hindi, in the middle of a sentence. That is just incredible for global applications.
Okay, so we've climbed the entire Nova hierarchy. Now let's bring it all together. You know the tools, so this right here, this is your playbook for becoming a true AI architect.
Look, if you take away just one single thing from all of this, let it be this. The game has totally changed. Stop searching for that one giant AI brain that's supposed to solve all your problems. Instead, start thinking like an architect. Start building your team of AI specialists, where each one is perfectly suited for its specific role.
And that really brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. Now that you have the blueprint for this entire Nova toolkit, the next time you face a business problem, the question isn't, how can AI solve this? The real question is, which tool from my new toolkit is exactly the right one for this job? Thanks for watching.